This story is from the time of Buddha when he was teaching his disciples. Buddha's disciples used to face various kinds of problems and would come to him seeking solutions to their questions. One day, a young disciple asked Buddha, "Gurudev, is keeping quiet also an art? Can keeping silence bring any change in our lives?" Buddha listened to the disciple attentively and said, "Absolutely, silence is a great art. In many situations, keeping quiet can make our lives better. I will tell you 10 places where keeping quiet can change your life. 1. In anger. The Buddha said, "The first place is when you are angry. Words spoken in anger are like arrows that once fired never return. Keeping silent in anger can save you and others from unnecessary suffering." The disciple thought, "Truly, when I am angry, I sometimes say things that I later regret." 2. In dispute. The Buddha further said, "The second place is when you are in a dispute. The wisest thing to do in a dispute is to remain silent. It prevents the dispute from escalating and maintains peace. Many times, I have made situations worse by speaking out in a dispute," the disciple admitted. 3. When listening to criticism. Buddha explained the third condition. When you are listening to criticism, remain silent. By listening to criticism calmly, you get the opportunity to understand and correct your mistakes. The disciple thought, "It is indeed difficult to remain silent while listening to criticism, but there is a lot to learn from it too." 4. In the face of false accusations. The fourth place is when you are being falsely accused, said the Buddha. Keeping silent at such times shows your truthfulness and patience. Truth does not need proof. The disciple realized, "When I was falsely accused, I said a lot to prove myself right, but by remaining silent I could have proved my truthfulness also." 5. When criticizing others. The Buddha said, "The fifth place is when you think of criticizing others. Criticizing not only makes your mind negative, but also increases hatred towards others." The disciple thought, "It is right that one should avoid criticism. This will also clear my own thinking." 6. On an unknown topic. The Buddha stated in the sixth place, "When you are on an unknown subject, it is better to remain silent. Words spoken in ignorance can harm your reputation." The disciple shook his head and said, "Truly, many times I have got myself into trouble by speaking without knowing." 7. In a test of patience. The Buddha stated in the seventh passage, "When your patience is being tested, remain silent. This shows your self-control and inner strength." The disciple thought, "It is very difficult to remain silent in this test of patience, but it will make my soul stronger." 8. In sadness and grief. The Buddha said, "The eighth place is when you are in sadness and grief. Being silent at such a time helps you understand your feelings and deal with them." The disciple felt, "By remaining silent in times of grief, I have been able to deal with my sorrow more calmly." 9. In meditation. The Buddha stated in the ninth place, "When you are meditating, remain silent. The very purpose of meditation is to attain silence and inner peace." The disciple said, "By remaining silent in meditation, I have really felt the peace within me." 10. In self-reflection. Finally, the Buddha said, "The 10th place is when you are self-reflecting. Being silent in self-reflection helps you understand and improve your life." The disciple finally said, "By remaining silent in self-reflection, I can understand my weaknesses and mistakes better." The power of silence. The Buddha concluded, "Anurata, the power of silence is limitless." These 10 places are just examples, but in reality silence in every situation can bring you peace and understanding. Anurata started practicing silence in her life, keeping in mind the teachings of the Buddha. She noticed that when she remained silent in these 10 places, her life became more peaceful and balanced than before. Conclusion. Thus, Buddha taught Anurata and other disciples the glory and importance of silence. Silence not only brings peace to our mind, but also strengthens our relationships and gives us an opportunity for self-introspection. If you also want peace and balance in your life, then practice silence in these 10 places. It will not only change your life, but will also give you a new direction and perspective. Thank you.